Hello, everyone. Good day. Happy to meet you here. Happy to have you here. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Well, this is Zion Oasis International. Zion Oasis International. It's geared toward making life meaningful for you. All right, so that's what Zion Oasis stand for. A little bit about Zion Oasis International. Here, we bring you words of encouragement. We bring you words of exhortation. We bring you words of encouragement. We bring you words of hope. Here, just like it is called Zion Oasis, this is where you get uplifted. All right, you in your spirit, your soul, you are brought words that will cheer you up. That's what Zion Oasis stands for. All right, so this moment I want to share with you briefly something that I really believe will inspire you, will encourage you, will comfort you, and bring you hope in whatever situation that you are in right now listening to me. So if you're ready, I am ready. Let's begin. All right, so I want to share with you what I have captioned. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? Yes, what are you cooking? It is important that you know what you're cooking. And when we talk about what we're cooking, of course, we're talking about food. All right? So, basically, food primarily is to save life. Yes. No matter what kind of food it is that you're cooking to eat, food, apart from the purpose of nourishing us and then building our body, food is also to quench our hunger and majorly to save us. What this means is, without food, someone can die. Yes, there have been cases of people who died of starvation, lack of food. All right, so if you have not eaten for long, it is possible that you may lose your life. All right, so food saves life. All right, so I want you to get that. All right, so another thing that I want you to know about food is that food is associated with time. Yes, food, no matter what kind of food it is, since we've established the fact that the primary purpose of food is to save life. All right, so, and life itself, reads with time. And so, if life ought to be saved, whatever it is that needs to be done to save life ought to be done on time. All right, so here we're talking about food. So we say food saves life. In other words, so if food is what we need to use to save life, so food is associated with time. That is, food either takes time to be prepared. That is, the food that is fast to prepare. Talking about the kinds of food right now, and the other kind of food is the food that takes time to prepare. All right, so like you're seeing on the screen, fast food, that is food that doesn't take time to prepare. Slow food, the kind of food that takes long for it to get done. So these are just the two categories that I want to place, food, considering the subject that I'm talking to you about. So I've carried out the research and I've come up with all kind of food to demystify and explain further what I'm talking to you about. See, there are two types of food that doesn't take time to prepare. That is food, just like it is called fast food. All right, fast food. So it doesn't take time. That is, in a moment, this kind of food can be prepared. All right. So one of those food is tea. Considering the fact that kitchen has to be involved, and lighting up the gas, is also involved. All right, so there are, different kind of fast food that doesn't require, getting to the kitchen. But we're looking at a situation whereby going to the kitchen is a requirement for the preparation of this kind of food. So tea is one of those food that doesn't take time. The highest it can take is a moment, and a moment is just encapsulated in 2 minutes. All right, so tea doesn't take time to get prepared. Another kind of food that doesn't take time to be prepared is Indomie noodles. Just like you can see on the screen, it doesn't take time to prepare Indomie noodles. All right, so these are two kind of food that does not take time. That is, no matter how hungry, how in fact, most of the time, if you are very hungry, one thing to do, one kind of food that you just need to prepare to save time, so also to save life, is to make tea or to make Indomie noodles. But then one thing with this kind of food right now is that it doesn't last long. It won't carry you for long. It is fast, but it does not last. All right. So moving on, there's another kind of food, and this kind of food, this category now, is the kind of food that takes time to prepare. Yes, it takes time to prepare. From my research, of course, there are several other kind of food that takes time to prepare, but particularly for the sake of what I am talking to you about, this kind of food that takes time to prepare and is delicious is beans. All right, beans. All right, beans really takes time. Yes, it does take time to prepare beans. When preparing beans, you ought to be patient, because really beans takes time to get done. You have to add water again. You have to just be patient. All right, so while you are preparing beans and you're very hungry, the person who have started preparing tea would have prepared good number of tea and would have satisfied him or herself, and then moved on. But remember what I told you about this other kind of food that doesn't take time to prepare, which is tea. It does not last long. But then on the contrary, beans, which takes time to prepare, last long. Yes, it lasts very long. That is, it can sustain you for a very long time. That is, whilst the person who has prepared and have taken tea is over there rejoicing that he or she have eaten. So you that your own beans have taken time to come. Eventually, when it gets done, it will take you for long. That is, for a very long time. You're not going to feel hungry. You are going to be okay for a very long time, other than the person who have taken tea. All right. So beans takes time, but then it lasts long. And so now let's contrast these two right now. Of course, we've started doing that already. So looking at these two kinds of food. So I want to ask you, looking at your life, what are you cooking? Are you cooking beans? Or are you cooking tea? Are you cooking beans or you're making tea? Which of these do you think is happening in your life right now? I ask this question because a lot of people out there are easily discouraged. People out there are very hungry to be satisfied in life. There are people who are hungry in marriage. There are people who are hungry in their job. There are people who are hungry in their personal life. And so they are very hungry, and so they need to be satisfied. Their lives need to be saved. Their ego, their status need to be saved. And so they need food. So what I am asking you right now, because I know you have started cooking for long concerning that marriage, concerning your life, concerning your finances. You've been cooking. What have you been cooking? What are you going for? What do you stand for? Because of hunger or because of urgency? Are you making tea? Are you making tea? Or have you taken your tea already? Well, if you have, what I'm sharing perhaps may not augur well with you, may not really make sense or meaning. For the sake of what I'm talking about tonight, I want to focus on those who have been cooking for long, precisely cooking beans. And the beans, just like we explained, the beans have taken a long time, so much time to come. So you that have been cooking beans, have you given up? Are you tired? Because it have taken long for beans to get done. Do you want to put off the gas right now, or the stove, or whichever means that you're using to cook? Do you want to turn it off right now because beans have taken so much time to get done? But you are hungry. So what are you going to do now that beans have taken so much time to come? The person who has been preparing tea have taken, good number of cup of tea, and then seems like everything is okay with them, and they've been, making progress, and they've moved on. But you are yet to eat. Why? Because you are cooking beans. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? I want to encourage you not to envy those who have drank tea. I want to encourage you to maintain your ground. What you're cooking is beans. Although beans takes time to come, but beans last long. Beans takes time to come, but then it lasts long. It can take you for a very long time. All right? So, looking at your life right now, all of the things that you've been trying to get, all of the miracles, all of the testimonies, it looks like you've been stagnated. It looks like you've not been making progress. I have good news for you. You are cooking beans. Yes, you are cooking beans. And that's why it have taken you this long. That's why it looks like nothing is happening. That's why it looks like you've been left behind. That's why it looks like, you are the only person who has not been married. You're the only person who have not gone to school, who has not graduated, who has not gone for youth service. The thing is, you don't know that you are cooking beans. You may seem left behind, non-progressive, stagnated, but the thing is, beans takes time to come. Yes, beans really takes time to come. But hey, you have not been, on a spot for vain. You have not been on the same spot for nothing. It is beans that is being prepared for you. Wait for your beans to get done. Wait for your beans to get done. Yes, wait for your beans to get done. You have not been, on a spot, for naught. You have not been on the same spot for nothing. There's a reason why you have been, where you are. It's not just for nothing. You are not just being held for nothing's sake. I am telling you the reason. Beans is what is being prepared for you in life. Forget about those who has gone ahead of you to drink tea. By the time your beans is done, you will catch up with them, and then you will overtake them. And then you will be far ahead of them with 1,000 miles. It will be difficult to catch up with you. Why? Because beans last long. Yes, beans last long. By the time your own marriage comes, it will last forever. It will be difficult to break. All of the things that makes marriage good and happy is part of what is being prepared. And that is why it looks like it is taking time to come. The job that you're looking for, the graduation, the admission, the convocation, Whatever it is, the better life that you desire. The reason why it's looking like, it has taken so much of your time to get prepared and get done, it is because it is beans. Beans is what is being prepared for you by Almighty God. Alright, so wait for your food to get done. Yes, wait for your food to get done, and you'll be glad you did. Wait for your food to get done, and you'll be glad you did. Thank you for listening to me. God bless.